much. So with that, how about we analyze 5 NFL teams that look like Super Bowl 60 contenders so far, and 5 teams who are complete pretenders.
Contender, Philadelphia Eagles. Well, may as well get the most obvious one out of the way early. Yeah, it hasn't always been pretty for Nick Sirianni's Eagles here in 2025. No, sir.
Saquon Barkley is not having the MVP
Season that we saw a year ago. A.J. Brown has inexplicably been non-existent as well, and Vic Fangio's defense that finished #1 overall a year ago is still finding its form after losing 7
key contributors from last year's group. But when you're the defending champions, style points just don't really matter. The Eagles know how to close it out even when they haven't played their best.
See their epic Week 3 comeback win against the Los Angeles Rams, or their Week 4 statement road win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jalen Hurts is still making the plays when they matter
most. Barkley is still a game wrecker, and Devontae Smith has picked up the slack when A.J. Brown has been quiet. And this defense, although giving up
yards and points been accustomed to, is still making the timely plays. The Eagles aren't blowing out teams at will as they did a year ago, but this is still undoubtedly the best team and the team to beat in the NFC.
Pretender, Baltimore Ravens. We should have known what was coming when the Ravens blew a 15-point lead to the Buffalo Bills in Week 1. Oh man, shame on us for thinking that John
Harbaugh's group would learn from it and quickly rebound. Even if Lamar Jackson isn't sidelined long-term with a hamstring injury, how can we take the 2025 Ravens seriously?
As a Super Bowl contender, that offensive line is garbage. Star running back
Henry suddenly can't protect the football, and the defense, it's in danger of breaking the 2024 Carolina Panthers record for points allowed in a season. But hey, other than that,
everything's fine. Pro Bowl defensive tackle Nnamdi Madubuike is out for the year, all but ending any hope of the run defense.
pass rush tightening up. The Marlon Humphrey-Jair Alexander quarterback tandem was supposed to be lights out, but it's kind of like both have forgotten how basic coverage works in the NFL.
Look, Jackson is great now, but he alone cannot fix this mess of a roster. The 2-time MVP is not going to bail out the defense by putting up 35-plus
The game, especially with that woeful pass protection group.
If the Ravens miraculously climb into the postseason, they would likely be one and done. They are the epitome of a Super Bowl pretender, ladies and gentlemen.
Contender?
Green Bay Packers. The Packers were already a bona fide contender in our eyes heading into the 2025 season. But the stunning blockbuster trade for Dallas Cowboys All-Pro linebacker Micah Parsons only cemented them as the Eagles' biggest threat.
NFC. Not only has the Packers defense gone from good to great following Parsons' arrival, but the Jordan Love-led offense has taken a significant step as well. Tight ends Tucker Kraft is enjoying a breakout season and should give the Pack their first 1,000-yard pass catcher.
Devontae Adams in 2021. Rookie Matthew Golden and Romeo Doubs have stepped up as reliable secondary weapons for Love as well. And remember, #1 receiver Jaden Reed will return at some point.
After he fractured his collarbone in Week 2. Green Bay plays in the unforgiving NFC North, but they're the only team in the division that hasn't shown any significant warts.
Parsons has been the ultimate game changer for this defense, and Love has never had such a dynamic set of weapons to work with. You can make a case that this is the deepest and most talented roster that Matt LaFleur has ever had.
As great as Aaron Rodgers was under LaFleur, the Packers didn't have Parsons or this much depth on offense. Pretender, Indianapolis Colts.
Hey, make no mistake, Daniel Jones has been a wonderful feel-good story this season. If the 2025 campaign ended today, well, he'd be the runaway winner of the Comeback Player of the Year award.
But, there are just way too many question marks about these Colts for us to take them seriously. Such as their ridiculously easy schedule up to this point.
They defeated the woeful Miami Dolphins and Tennessee Titans, and that Week 2 win against the Denver Broncos was gift-wrapped by a careless penalty that nullified Spencer Schrader's missed field goal,
allowing them to boot the game winner on a second chance. The Colts were then exposed against a formidable Los Angeles Rams opponent in Week 4.
Danny Dimes threw 2 picks, Jonathan Taylor was bottled up, and Matthew Stafford dropped almost 400 passing yards and 3 TDs. The Colts secondary lacks the playmakers to contain top star.
Saw from Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Jones can beat up on lousy opponents, sure, but look at Indy's schedule after Week 6. They get one more bottom feeder
In Week 8.
One more bottom feeder opponent, the Titans, in Week 8. And, no, we wouldn't count the Houston Texans as a give-you-win for Indy.
Not with that defense and CJ Stroud at the controls. Most of Indy's remaining opponents in the second half already look like playoff teams. How's Jones gonna look then when the quality of the competition gets tougher?
Our guess is that it won't be pretty, and the Colts will go from early feel-good story to total pretenders over the next couple of months.
Contender, Buffalo Bills. We know some of you have given up on the Bills. I mean, it's been the same old dance since their reign of terror on the AFC East began in
2020. They dominate from September to December, always beating Patrick Mahomes' Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season. I mean, everything always points to a deep playoff run, only for them to lose to Mahomes in the
playoffs. Rinse and repeat.
in the playoffs. Rinse and repeat. But what if? And I mean,
really is the Bills' year. I mean, think about it. Josh Allen won his first MVP last year and looks even better now in 2025. Running back James Cook is on pace to smash his previous career best, and second-year wideout Keon Coleman
is enjoying a breakout year. Last year plays Khalil Shakir as the WR1 in Buffalo.
Is the WR1 in Buffalo? Sean McDermott's defense has had a few hiccups, but the passing has been excellent up to this point. And don't forget, GM Brandon Beane always has room to add at the trade deadline.
The main thing, really, is how balanced this offense is. Allen has never worked with a running back as good as Cook. Instead of relying too much on Stephon Diggs, he's spreading it out
to his wealth of playmakers. And with the Chiefs looking more vulnerable than ever in the Mahomes era, this truly might be Buffalo's best chance to finally win it all.
Contender, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are who they are at this point.
A good but not great team that stands as the best in football's worst division. Baker Mayfield's squad is real fun to watch.
Well, they always score a ton of points. But the flip side, they also give up a lot of points. Their games are always high scoring, which is great from an entertainment perspective.
Not if you're trying to compete for a Super Bowl.
Todd Bowles is a good coach, but his defense hardly shows up against elite opponents. We saw that in last year's wildcard round loss to the Washington Commanders, and in Week 4 against the Eagles.
Tampa has also been hit brutally by the injury bug. Starting defensive lineman Luke Gedeke and Cody Monk are out for the year. Ditto for rising star pass rusher Kalijah Kancey.
Evans, Chris Godwin, Bucky Irving, and Tristan Wirfs Jr. have all missed some valuable time, too. Tampa should win its 5th straight NFC South Division crown, but man, with too many injuries on offense...
The weak secondary and a meh pass rush, it already feels like the Bucs are poised to go one and done again. They might get to the divisional round.
But this is not a legitimate Super Bowl contender, folks. Contender, Detroit Lions.
There were a lot of people freaking out when the Lions were crushed by the Packers at Lambeau Field in Week 1. Well, what exactly are the doubters saying now?
It was a significant concern when Frank Ragnow unexpectedly announced his retirement before the start of the regular season, but the Lions O-line has not missed a beat whatsoever in pass blocking or run blocking.
Jared Goff is still getting plenty of time to sling it out to his wealth of weapons. You won't find many better pass-catching trios than Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, and Jameson Williams.
Gibbs and David Montgomery are still far and away the league's best running back tandem, too. That defense has showed remarkable improvement under new DC Kelvin Shepherd. And again, there's no way that this D would have as many injuries.
Last year's group that limped into the postseason. Aiden Hutchinson's return has truly changed everything for this group as well. If the Lions had him last year, heck, maybe they'd be the defending champions. The bottom line is that at full strength,
Lions check off every box that you need, and they're just as dangerous as any other group in the NFC. So maybe, just maybe,
this will finally be the year that it all comes together. Pretender, Pittsburgh Steelers. Many thought that the Steelers kissed their Super Bowl hopes away when they signed four-time MVP Aaron Rodgers to a one-year deal. But Rodgers has gotten it done in a game manager-style role, while the Steelers have
on their ground game and defense to do most of the heavy lifting. Joe Burrow's turf toe injury and the Ravens' struggles have opened the door for the Steelers to win their first AFC North Division crown since 2020.
But the Steelers don't exactly inspire much confidence as a team that could go all the way in 2025.
They don't have any other stud pass catchers outside of DK Metcalf. Take him out of the equation, and the Steelers' passing game
Virtually non-existent. Pittsburgh's D also struggled against the hapless New York Jets in Week 1, and we still can't believe that Carson Wentz dropped 350 passing yards.
2 touchdowns on this group. In other words, wait until the Steelers' schedule gets harder. If Wentz and Justin Fields can light up their D, then
Well, wait until Pittsburgh faces Lamar Jackson twice.
Or Jared Goff, or Josh Allen, or Caleb Williams, or Justin Herbert, or Jordan Love. Look, the Steelers have shown
Nothing to suggest that they're in the upper tier of Super Bowl contenders.
they might win the division and take the wildcard round game, but there is no chance of them beating a better opponent like the Chiefs or Bills in the postseason.
Contender, Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, sorry to bore y'all, but you know it's true. Those suffering from Kansas City Chiefs fatigue got awfully excited when this team started 0-2.
Something that
It never happened in the Patrick Mahomes era, but geez, KC made a statement with their 37-20 blowout win over the Ravens in Week 4, proving that they are very much alive and in the running. Thank you very much.
team barely lost to 2 quality opponents without its top 2 receivers, Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. When Worthy did return in Week 4, well, it changed everything for this offense.
Rice is close to returning as well, by the way. Mahomes has taken teams with worse receiving cores to the Super Bowl. So when Rice and Worthy are on the field together and Travis Kelce is his number 3 pass catching option,
Naysayers will feel real silly for writing them off. This team has played in 7 straight AFC Championship games. They have won 5 conference titles and 3 Super Bowls in that span.
there is no reason currently to think that their reign of terror has ended, as long as Mahomes...
If you read it there, KC will have as much of a chance as anybody else. Pure and simple. Pretender, Los Angeles Chargers.
The Chargers made a big-time Week 1 statement by defeating the Chiefs in Brazil, their first win over the AFC West rivals in 4 years.
However, one regular season win does not convince us that this year could be different for the Colts.
They are still...
After all, right now, the main concern is the injuries. They lost all-pro offensive tackle Rashawn Slater for the year after suffering a knee injury in the offseason. Their other stud tackle, Joe Alt,
suffered an ankle injury in Week 4 that bears watching over the long run. Prized free agent signing Najee Harris suffered a season-ending Achilles tear in Week 3, ending the stud RB duo and putting all the workload on.
Marion Hampton. And as much as Jim Harbaugh pushes it, the Bolts ground game is nothing close to elite. Pass rush depth outside of Tuli Tuipolatu and Khalil Mack
Remains a bit of an issue, and we are still skeptical that Derwin James alone can
Down the fort when the Bolts face top-flight passing games. And, of course, Justin Herbert has yet to prove that he has the it factor.
His Bolts blew a 27-0 lead in his playoff debut to the Jaguars last season. He threw 4 picks in a blowout loss to a shorthanded Houston Texans team. We fully expect the Chiefs to overtake the Bolts.
Division. So that means LA has to win 3 road games to get to the playoffs, likely including wins over the Bills and the Chiefs.
So in other words, it probably isn't happening. But hey, which other NFL
These are legitimate Super Bowl contenders, and which ones do you But hey, which other NFL teams are legitimate Super Bowl contenders, and which ones do you think are pretenders?